friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. We're gonna do a multi-palette bingo today with all 7 of my Menagerie Cosmetics palettes. They've come out with 7 palettes, I have all of them. 1, if not 2, aren't a thing anymore, but I still wanted to include them in this video because I do have them. I've never done a multi-palette bingo with 7 palettes before. I try not to do more than 5 or 6 in one because 7's a lot of shadows. And especially for them to be random shadows, I don't know how this is going to go. The palette bingo gods might sabotage me. That or we're going to have a really cool look. We'll just have to see. We have the 2 micro palettes. The Courtship is one that I think might be not available anymore. I know she was discontinuing it, but I don't know if it's already discontinued. I do think you can get all of these shades as singles though. Maybe some of them, I'm not sure of all of them. Besties is one of the best shades ever though. I feel like I always get this in my multi-palette bingo with Menagerie. But this is the Courtship palette. It's adorable. Flamingos. The other micro palette is the Violet Ink. It's like this with some purples. I kind of want to at some point do just a micro palette bingo with just these 2. Let me know if that's interesting or if you think that would be boring. Dragon Child was the first palette. This was when they were still makeup monsters and it did carry on into Menagerie, but it's not available anymore, unfortunately. It's so unbelievably stunning. I wish they would bring this one back. It's so cool. Like maybe with new packaging or something to fit like their brand aesthetic better. It's so cool though. This is the Feral. This was the first one that came out under Menagerie's brand. It looks like that. They did originally have like all neutrals in the top, and then due to customer feedback, they decided to change these shades to something a little more interesting, which I personally love. The Whale Song, which is probably my favorite, definitely my favorite out of all of these palettes. Oh, it's so unbelievably stunning. I'm actually wearing Pearl, the highlight shade, as my face highlight today. I think it looks pretty good. Killer Purr came out a few months ago, late fall, early winter, I'm not sure. It looks like this. It's the most neutral out of theirs, aside from the Courtship, but that's a micro palette. As far as their big palettes, this is the most neutral. And I thought this one was really fun. And their most recent addition, the Pastel Pup, looks like this. It's very cute. I have already done, I think, first impressions with all these and 3 Looks 1 palettes, and some of these I also did eye swatches for, so if you're interested, just search my channel, you can find some stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna randomly generate 1 shade from each of these palettes, and then we're gonna create a look with them. I don't know how it's gonna go, especially with 7 shades. What if I get all shimmers? I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, well, we're gonna do the micro palettes first, and then we'll do the big palettes, and I'm just gonna do them in the order that they came out. So I'm gonna do Courtship in the order that I just showed you is essentially how I'm gonna do it. I have my random number generator on Google set 1 to 6, so we're gonna get a shade. We got to number 4. In the Courtship, we got Bonbon. We got a matte. Not the most exciting color in the world, and I'm spilling shadow on my white shirt. But at least we got a matte to work with. That makes me happy. Now for the Violet Ink, we got number 2. Ooh, we got Jellyfish. I love Jellyfish. This is such a good shade. Oh, I'm so excited already. I'm resetting it now from 1 to 12 because we're working on the big palettes now. And for the Dragon Child, we got number 4. We got the shade Sleeping Dragon. I love this shade. Ooh, this palette is not nearly as creamy as the newer ones. I think this one's just getting a little old. Sleeping Dragon, we got a nice matte green. Well, I'll just get no shimmers now that I've said that. All right, for the Feral palette, we got number 2. Of course, now that I say that, we got a shimmer. We got Wolfling. This shade is so pretty. Just wait until you see. It's like the prettiest bronze pink duochrome. It's so pretty. Now for the Whale Song, we got number 1. Okay, we got Pearl. We got my highlight shade. Wish we could have gotten one of the pretty blues, but you know what? That's okay. It is what it is. Moving on to the Killer Purr, we got number 11. Got another matte brown, we got Maine right there. And finally, final shade for the Pastel Pup, we got number 5. This one's not my absolute favorite because it's really sheer unless I use like a white base and really build it up, but you know what? We'll make it work. I'm gonna put it over here. It's called Sunbathe. It's the pastel yellow. I don't know how well you'll even be able to see that. Let me build it up a little bit. This is our color story. It's very all over the place, isn't it? I mean, we got a highlight shade, we got a shimmer shade, and we got 2 brown mattes, purple matte, green matte, neon yellow, baby yellow matte. Goodness, I don't really know what we're gonna do. I guess I'm gonna zoom you guys in and prime my eyes. I think I'm gonna use my concealer, my white concealer from Colourpop as my eyeshadow base just because I know I'm gonna have to use that yellow in some way. And I found with this pastel palette, the white base works better, so I'm just gonna use the white base for everything rather than my Smashbox lid primer. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna zoom you guys in, prime my eye, and we will get started. Okay, small change of plans. I did prime with the Smashbox lid primer because I think I'm gonna play with that neon yellow on the lid in like cut creasey fashion, so I'm just gonna cut the crease with the white later. and that's the plan. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. I have no clue if it's going to look good, but I have an idea of what I want. So let's just get started. I'm going to take Jellyfish from the Violet ink, and this is going to be my crease shade. I'm going to use this Alter Ego number 3 brush, and I'm just going to go right on in, and I'm just going to lightly start kind of dusting that through my crease, and I'll build up slowly because this shade is pigmented. We have 7 shades to work with here, so gotta leave some room. I love this little Violet ink palette. I think it's such a cute little purple palette. I don't know, it's really solid. I like the tones of it. I like how these shades all lean. And I felt like I got a really good variety of looks in it. Like, I thought my 3 looks 1 palette video was really good with just these 6 shades. Alrighty, now dipping into the Courtship, I'm going to take Bonbon, and I'm going to use that as kind of like my deepening shade for my crease. Where's my brush? I found my brush. So yeah, I'm taking Bonbon on this e.l.f. crease brush, and this is just going to get tucked into my actual crease. It's not the most dark shade in the world, but I gotta do what I gotta do with what the palette bingo gods gave me. So I'm just gonna be working this through the crease. I'm gonna drag it up a little bit of a ways just because I know I cut my crease a little higher than my natural. And I wanna make sure there is this depth here to kind of show that little bit of a break and transition. And I'm gonna go back in after with some more purple to help blend this out. But I am just slowly building this up, trying to get it as deep as possible. This mirror is so dirty, I don't know how I'm even seeing in it. While this loud bus drives by, I'm dipping into that purple a little bit more with the first brush. I feel like this is actually working pretty okay in the crease so far, just these 2 shades. I feel like I'm getting a nice amount of just depth and interest. I think that's kind of cool. Alright, let's move on to... I don't know if I want to cut the crease yet. I kind of want to add some depth like in this outer corner first, because I'm not doing a full cut crease, I'm only going to do a half. I want it to stop in this outer corner. I'm probably going to go back and forth with these shades a lot because there's a lot going on here. Alright, I haven't done a cut crease like this in a long time. I've only used like my glitter primer for the longest time, so this is going to be something different. Taking my white concealer, I'm going to drag it across my lid. I'm going to look up so I can see where it transfers on my crease specifically. And then I'm going to take this flat brush, load it up with some more of this product, and I'm just going to kind of follow that line and be patient and just try to draw my cut crease in the shape that I like. It takes practice, and I like to keep my eye as closed as possible during the process. Alright, before moving forward with any of my mattes, I am going to take, where is it, Pearl from the Whale Song palette, the shade that I drew, which I will use as my inner corner shade, but I'm going to use it really quick just to define right where that cut is, to make it look just a little more crispy, instead of just putting the matte straight there. And I might even go in with like a glitter at the very end just to really define it, so that there's clear separation. I think I will do that actually, so you could totally skip the step that I just did. Okay, taking this dual-ended Luxie brush, it's the 249. I'm gonna dip into my Pastel Pup and take Sunbathe, and I'm just really gonna pack that on the first half of my lid. This shade is cute, but it does take some building up, so just be patient. Oh, and I really wish I didn't lay that shimmer down now, but it's okay. You'll learn. The glitter, I think, is really going to tie all this together at the end. Alright, that seems pretty okay for the yellow thus far. I'm going to go into the Dragon Child palette and take Sleeping Dragon now on the opposite side of that brush. Just the clean side of that flat side. I'm getting shadow everywhere. This is going to go on the remainder of my lid. And that green's just going to kind of mesh into the darkness we have out here. Ooh, that green has so much pigment. It did not swatch well earlier, but it's still a really solid green. And then I'm just going to kind of dip into that yellow and just kind of smudge until I like the fusion of the two. Just kind of going back and forth. Ooh, this is not going so well. This line is not wanting to blend out, which I actually thought this would be pretty easy, because green and yellow are right next to each other on the color wheel, but okay. It's fine. My shadow's like wiping away. What is going on here? I might end up having to like top my lid with like a topper shade just to make this look better. This palette bingo is not going so well, guys. I was pretty confident going into this too. I thought this would all be good. Okay, that's better. It's not great, but it's better. And just ignore like this cut crease looking stuff for right now, because I know that doesn't look good. The glitter's gonna really clean that up better. Please stay with me. This is gonna be okay. I'm gonna take Mane now from the Colourpop, and I'm gonna take the blending side of that Luxie brush, and this is simply just gonna be blended out on my lower lash line. Super simple, because I'm gonna be popping a shimmer down here. Oh, I'm really not confident that this is gonna look good, guys. This is not my best work. Part of my mistake was, I think, going in with that shimmer shade. I thought it would really kind of add a nice break, but it ended up just looking kind of weird. I should have just gone in straight with the mattes. But these mattes are just like not looking good. Like there's so much separation right here. I don't know why that reacted the way it did, but I'm going to definitely top it with something to kind of hide it, which is a little bit cheating, but I want to be able to like make it look cute. So we're gonna salvage it. So far this is like, I think, my worst palette bingo to date. Goodness gracious. I think this is a lesson learned that maybe I shouldn't do more than 5 or 6 shades in a palette bingo when they're all so random. All right, I'm gonna take Wolfling from the Colourpop now. I mean Feral. Goodness, I don't even know where I am at. And this is gonna get pressed up against my lower lash line. And see, I was gonna like put this shade all over the lid, but that just seemed so easy and typical for me. I feel like I never play with like all mattes on my lid and crease. So I wanted to do something different, but I feel like that did not do me good. Putting it all down here just to add a nice little shimmer. And I'm actually now gonna dip back into the Courtship to take that Bonbon shade, just to kind of smudge in this outer corner just so everything can kind of connect. I'm gonna highlight with Pearl from the Whale Song in my inner corner. And now is where we get to the part where I fix it. I'm gonna take Ritz from Colourpop, and this is gonna top on top of my lid. It's pretty much sheer and just adds like a glow and a shine, and I'm hoping if I tap this over top, it'll kind of just make everything look better. Ooh, but we will see. I might not be posting close-up pictures of this eye to Instagram like I do for most of my looks, because this is just not my best work. I don't like this. Let me get some glitter. I'm just gonna take this Fairy Tale one and a liner brush if I can find one. This isn't completely a liner brush because all my liner brushes are dirty, of course. This is the shade Fairy Tale from Stila. I don't know if I said that. I'm just gonna kind of load it on the brush, and I'm gonna follow this really carefully right where my cut is, just to try to make this look more clean and definitive. Have you guys lost all faith in me at this point? Because I have. That's for sure. This look is not staying on my face for long, let me tell you. And I am not looking forward to recreating this on the other eye. Oh, that already looks so much better, just adding that little bit of glitter. I stand by like popping like a liquid glitter in your crease when you're doing a cut crease if you're not good at it. You're able to clean it up and fake it so well. I was so confident going into this look too. I had like a vision. I thought it was gonna be really cool. I just feel like it looks so ugly. I think I'm gonna feather a little bit more Bonbon, just kind of like right here. I feel like it needs it. It kind of just stops, and I don't like that. And at this point now I'm blending on top of Ritz, which is probably not the best idea either. Ooh, I need to add more Ritz now. My goodness, this is like the ugliest my eyeshadow has ever looked in my entire life. I'm gonna recreate it on the other eye. There's a high chance I might throw a winged liner on this, but I also might not because I'm gonna take this off very soon anyways. I'll be back when the rest of the look is done. Maybe I can make it look cute with the rest of the details. All right, I'm back. I feel like my eyeshadows never looked uglier. I feel like this video is basically, I've never done eyeshadow before in my life, and this was me trying. And I feel like I completely failed at this palette bingo. Feel free to roast me down below. This is your prime opportunity. I feel like I did absolutely awful. I'm not proud of this look, and I wasn't about to take it off and retry because these shades are just like, I don't know, there's so many mattes, they're very different, because like yellow and purple would blend together into a muddy color because they're complementary. Purples and greens don't always blend great together because they're both secondary colors, so they can be kind of muddy. I had those 2 browns, I had the 1 shimmer. I don't feel like I had a great selection to work with, and 7 is just a lot to play with when it's like so random. I feel like when it's really cohesive, it's not too bad, but I don't know. Because I know I'm gonna get someone down below like, oh, you should have just tried again. Like, I don't know what else I would have done with these. I tried my best. Something went wrong with my lid stuff. It was like turning really weird and like picking up. I don't know if it was I shouldn't have cut my crease with the white concealer. I just don't know. This was not my best work, and I'm very sad. I failed. It's fine. I can't win every palette bingo. It was bound to happen sometime. And this was that time. I'm gonna wash this off, take a break, eat some lunch. I still wanted to film another makeup video today, so I'm just gonna like take a break from the makeup for a while and then I'll come back and I'm gonna film another video. Whew, I failed. Maybe I'll try all these Menagerie ones again, but in the future I might break it up and just do like my big palettes because 7 is just too much and she's just gonna keep coming out with more palettes. And these palette bingos are really hard when you have so many shades and they're so random. I could have gotten lucky, but the palette bingo gods, they threw me a major curveball today and I did not catch it. The eye pencil I went with is Screamin' from LA Girl. I was just trying to go with that yellow. Lashes are still Lady Killer from Rouge and Rogue, and on my lips I went with Milk Tea Plushies from Lime Crime. I like my face, I like my lips. My eyes are just atrocious. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave me a sea critter emoji just because my violet ink is sitting right here, even though I'm very scared of the ocean. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, but I can totally understand if nobody gives me a thumbs up for this video. This was horrible. And if you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram and follow me there. It's BeatBean. I post every single day and lots of IGTV content. And if you're not, please subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. I promise I won't look this horrible in future videos. Please stay safe. I hope you're doing as best as you can. My good days keep wavering, and that's just how it is right now. I guess I'll just see you in the next one. Okay, bye.